Good evening. Welcome to Lights Out Storytime with the Houston Public Library. This evening, I will be telling you the story of the sprightly tailor, a folk story from Scotland. A sprightly tailor was employed by the great MacDonald in order to make the king a pair of trousers. MacDonald had said to the tailor that if he would make the trousers by night in the church, he would get a handsome reward, for it was thought that the old ruined church was haunted, and that fearsome things were to be seen there at night. The tailor was well aware of this. He was not to be daunted, but he took it in hand to gain the prize. So when the night came, away he went up the glen till he came to the old church. Then he chose a nice gravestone for a seat, and he lighted his candle and put on his thimble and set to work at the trousers, plying his needle nimbly and thinking about the reward the MacDonald would have to give him. For some time he got on pretty well, until he felt the floor tremble under his feet. And looking about him, but keeping his fingers at work, he saw the appearance of a great human head rising up to the stone pavement of the church. And when the head had risen above the surface, there came from its grave a great, great voice, and the voice said, "Do you see this great head of mine?" "I see that, but also this," replied the sprightly tailor, and he stitched away at the trousers. Then the head rose higher up through the pavement until its neck appeared, and when its neck was shown, the thundering voice came again and said, "Do you see the great neck of mine?" "I see that, but also this," said the sprightly tailor, and he stitched away at the trousers. Then the head and neck rose higher still until the great shoulders and chest were shown above the ground. And again the mighty voice thundered, "Do you see this great chest of mine?" And again the sprightly tailor replied, "I see that, but also this," and stitched away at the trousers. And still the head and neck kept rising through the pavement until it shook a great pair of arms in the tailor's face and said, "Do you see these great arms of mine?" "I see those, but also this," answered the tailor, and he stitched hard at the trousers, for he knew that he had no time to lose. The sprightly tailor was taking long stitches when he saw the thing gradually rising and rising through the floor until it lifted out a great leg, and stamping with it upon the pavement, said in a roaring voice, "Do you see this great leg of mine?" I see that, but also this," cried the tailor, and his fingers flew with the needle, and he took such long stitches that he was just come to the end of the trousers, when taking up its other leg. But before he could pull it out of the pavement, the sprightly tailor had finished his task, and blowing out his candle and springing off the gravestone, he buckled up and ran out of the church with the trousers under his arm. Then the fearsome thing gave a loud roar, and stamped with both his feet upon the pavement, and out of the church he went after the sprightly tailor. Down the glen they ran, and though the thing roared him to stop, yet the sprightly tailor was not the man to be beholden to a monster. So he held his trousers tight until he had reached Saddell Castle. He had no sooner got inside the gate and shut it than the apparition came up to it, and enraged at losing his prize, struck the wall above the gate, and left there the mark of his 5 great fingers. You may see them plainly to this day if you'll only peer close enough. But the sprightly tailor gained his reward, for MacDonald paid him handsomely for the trousers, and never discovered that a few of the stitches were somewhat long. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye.